You don't see it?
I just don't think it's going to hit Australia, Carlos, unfortunately.
You don't see it?
No, it
I've
doesn't.
got a total eclipse. I've got totality.
Probably because they're completely blacked out, those glasses. Do you see now?
Oh my God, am I awake?
Hi, Carl.
This
Welcome
is
to the
scary
show.
stuff, scary stuff. Nice to be with you this morning. This has stunned the world, this solar eclipse. Check this out. Millions across the US looking to the skies to watch the lunar spectacle for 4 minutes at a time. The middle of the day turning dark.
As awe-inspiring as the view was from the ground, look at this perspective from space as the shadow of the moon stretched across America.
How'd they get that shot?
Very cool.
Let's bring in astrophysicist Kirsten Banks, who's been watching along with us live in Sydney. Good morning to you. Take us through what we're seeing.
Oh my gosh, Carl, this is a fantastic day for people who have travelled to the US, who are living in the US, and I am very jealous of every single person who is getting to see this amazing wonder today, where the moon perfectly goes in front of the sun, making the world around you go dark for up to 4.5 minutes.
It is very beautiful. I mean, it's a shame we don't get to see it here in Australia, but it's also a special day for scientists. What are they hoping to learn from this today?
Absolutely. It's quite interesting how much we can actually learn from a solar eclipse where the moon is passing right in front of the sun. One of my favourite things that scientists are hoping to learn from this is to learn more about the atmosphere of the sun, or the solar corona, because what happens is when the moon is blocking the sun, you can see these wispy trails of solar wind blasting out from the sun. And right now is a really good time as well, because we're currently leaning into, or are even already in, what's called solar maximum, where the sun is honestly behaving a bit like a toddler. It's throwing tantrums, it's throwing out hissy fits, and we can see that when the moon passes in front of the sun. And right now we also have NASA's Parker Solar Probe traveling through those areas. So we have a unique view at the moment to get data from space being near the sun with the Parker Solar Probe, and from Earth when the moon blocks the sun.
So right now, the moon is shining at us and it is smiling at us, right?
It sure is.
And it is almost over, and I can't believe it only just started 4 minutes ago. It's a travesty. How long before Australia gets to see something like this again? Because I was at the last one in Cairns a few years ago.
Oh, that must have been incredible to see, Carl. I am very jealous, but don't worry, we will be having our own great solar eclipse on the 22nd of July in 2028. So just 4 years to wait, and it will go right through Sydney as well.
That is an unbelievable shot, that one, isn't it? Where's it going? Mate, who's drifting off that shot? Oh, there's one shot for the whole day.
It's pretty stunning.
All right, so when does the whole thing kind of wind up?
It should be winding up maybe in a little while now. It's gone through the very top right-hand corner of the US and probably moving into Canada by now, where it will finish off shortly.
All right. Well, that is one great big eye in the sky. Very pleased to watch that this morning. It's kind of great, isn't it? I mean, I know,
It's
Brookie,
very cool.
Brookie, you don't like really space news, but this is cool space news.
I love space news when something is happening.
Yeah.
My
Something is
issue
definitely
with space news
4
is when
minutes.
they're just talking about dust.
All right. Well,
It's true.
this is cool. We're going to have more highlights
space news.
of that wonderful event a little bit later on, whether Brookie likes it or not.
So many watching on.
Rare sight this morning. I just love this. A total solar eclipse crossing over the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
People travelled from across the world to see day turn into night, including Aussie solar eclipse chaser Kate Russo live from
Katie.
Texas. Kate, good morning our time. This was quite amazing. Talk us through the experience.
Oh my goodness. So the partial eclipse is still happening at the moment, but what a roller coaster. I mean, Texas is the place that was meant to have the clearest skies across the whole path. And us eclipse chasers put ourselves in the position where we can get the best chance of seeing it. And then we make our little tweaks on the day. But Texas has been blanketed in cloud. And so for the past week and a half, I know, all of us eclipse chasers have been like really anxious and worried about it all. But some people have left the state. Some people, like me, have chosen to stay. And I've been viewing in Garner State Park, which is in Uvalde County in Texas. And I was here for the October annular eclipse, and I've been involved with this community for a little while. And I must say it was the right decision to stay, even though I knew it was going to be cloudy. But we had the most amazing experience because first contact, the clouds just parted and we could see the first part of the eclipse. And then the clouds closed over, and then totality. We actually were able to see a few minutes before, like there's the glimpses that we got, and then we were able to see totality. Now, we couldn't see the detail, we couldn't see the corona, we couldn't see a number of the things that you love to see, and we didn't have that amazing or impactful experience. But we feel so lucky to see what we did. And the person beside me, Kelby, who's the park superintendent, he turned around at the right time and he saw the shadows sweeping across the valley behind me. I mean, that's something that's really very special to see. Oh, so.
And then
That's stunning.
I can understand the emotion. I mean, some people, I mean, you've travelled so far for this,
Yeah.
people feel deeply connected to this. And what we've seen this morning, it may not have stacked up to the past 14 that you've seen, but it was still a very moving experience for you.
Yeah, look, every single eclipse is different. Everyone is unique and special. This is my 14th total solar eclipse today. I have been clouded out twice that I didn't see anything. I would say today is a success because we actually did see totality. We saw first contact, and this thing's still happening. But they're very impactful when you see, like you see every feature. I always say that a total solar eclipse happens above you, it happens around you, and it happens within you. So all the things that you see, like the corona and the diamond ring, the Bailey's beads, all those features are really beautiful. And we didn't see them today. We didn't get a chance to see how dark the sky was, any of the planets there. But we felt all the things around us. We felt the temperature drop. The light was really strange and eerie. We're in a park and the birds stopped. It was quite silent. And, the temperature dropped. The wind changed direction at one point there as well. And boy, did it get dark. It was just so dark and you could see it and feel it, and it was ominous, and it was just awesome.
I mean, Kate, to travel to 6 continents to see all 14 of these eclipses you have in the past, I mean, it takes a huge commitment financially, the time involved as well. It must be some kind of experience for you.
Oh, I'm actually quite obsessed by them.
No kidding.
Did you pick that up? My first one that I saw, I honestly thought I would just go and see one and that would be it. My hubby and I were together side by side and we saw it. And, it resonated with me in a way I never expected it to have. And from that moment, I just vowed that I had to see every single eclipse that I could. And I really have seen most eclipses. And so I will be chasing for the rest of my life. I know that. And it's really special. And it's just something that is so positive. The emotions that you get during totality, you feel very insignificant, but connected to something greater. You really understand that life is very fleeting, the totality is very fleeting and your life is fleeting too. And oh, there's so much to say about it. But what's really good is that in Australia, we are so lucky because in over 15 years, we have 5 total solar eclipses. We just had the one there in April last year, and that was 56 seconds of totality. But we've got 4 more coming up in another 10 years. So we're so lucky. Everyone's going to come to us.
It's great, isn't it?
It's lovely talking to you, to feel how
Yeah.
much it means to you. So thank you so much for joining us from Texas T. Thank
You
you
make
so
me
much.
sound like a nutter here, Carl.
Not at
Everyone
all,
enjoys.
no.
I mean, it did occur to me that you were on that in that wave, but I'm in that wave.
Yeah,
and so is Sarah. So
absolutely.
we're all just nuts together.
Life is boring otherwise.
I love your work. Thank you.
you,
Just
Kate.
ahead.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and
What's my name again?
oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
always happens.
What's she talking about?